Switzerland, Denmark, and Ireland. 3 teams playing for 2 spots. Switzerland beats Gibraltar 6-1, so it comes down to Denmark and Ireland in Dublin. Finishes in a 1-1 draw, which puts Denmark into second place. They are qualified. Ireland still have potential to get through via the playoff. Craig, we watched this one. We were focused on what'd you make of the Irish performance, needing a win.
About as good as it can get from them, because it did what it said on the tin. They huffed and puffed, and but they lacked guile in the final third, and it wasn't until the desperation stages kicked in once Denmark scored that they started throwing a few more bodies forward and got some balls in the box. They got the goal from a cross, so should have been doing that a lot earlier, but unsurprising because they just don't have that flair player in the final third to make a difference.
Stevie?
Tough to add too much to that, to be honest. The Irish are what they are. They'll work hard, they'll run all day, they'll close people down, but when it comes to that little bit of extra quality that's needed, they don't have it, and they don't have it.
Still at home, Denmark forced into those 2 early subs. It feels like a missed opportunity, right?
No, no, it's not. It's not a surprise.
I mean, Denmark weren't expansive, weren't great on the day. They didn't.
But technically they're far better, far better, and they didn't create an awful lot. But you knew if they got an opportunity, they would score. You couldn't say that about Ireland, you know. And Craig's spot on. In the second half, the Irish should have made. They should have made it obvious what they were all about, and they should have smashed that ball. Forget all you're playing out from the back. They should have smashed that ball to the edge of the box and fought for it, because that's all they ended up doing. Whenever they had any pressure, it was because of that. So they should have, no question, started from the second half onwards, and they're too late in doing it, and they're out.
Ale?
And I think that's the key, was just Stevie said, that it was too late. I understand that they're limited in terms of the personnel and the talent level. If you're the Irish, I get it, and that's been for years. This is not a surprise. This has been going on for years with Ireland, that they get to tournaments because they fight and they defend and they get a goal here and there and they scrape it and they do just enough. Well, in this case, they needed to do just enough as well. And so what's the way that you're going to do that? And it's, well, start throwing numbers forward, not because you're expansive in the way you play, but because you're going to win 50-50 challenges and second balls and get on the end of something that bounces to somebody else, and then eventually somehow you scrape a goal out of it. But they waited until the very last 10, 15 minutes to start doing that in a reaction to Denmark scoring. I think at that point it was too late, because now you're asking a team that doesn't really score goals to score 2 goals in a short period of time. It wasn't going to happen.
The Irish have always done what they've been doing. The difference is, not all the time, but you know, in recent history they've had all the workmanlike players, and then they've had somebody like Robbie Keane, right? Robbie Keane, who compared to the other players in the squad was a cut above. So could always do something a little different, a little special on the big occasions. That be it, you know, fit a little nice pass in, or a bit of magic with his vision, or score a great goal. They've got McGoldrick, who is a real hard grafter, plays at Sheffield United, but they've got nobody really that stands out above the crowd, and that was a big problem for them in the end. They just lacked that little bit of flair and guile, and couldn't get the job done against a Danish side that didn't play well, by the way. Yep. They did not play well.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.